Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome back for another weekly edition of Z Real Estate's discussion on real estate. Thank you so much for joining me. We got a lot to discuss this week. I apologize for the absence of a weekly video last week, but hopefully the content this week will more than suffice and make up for last week. Anyway, a couple different things I'd like to discuss. First off, Z Real Estate and corporate headquarters. We got a lot of action going on with Z Real Estate. Right now we got an office in San Dimas. We got an office in Victorville. We're opening up an office in Los Angeles, and we got property management on its way in May 2015. So lots of exciting stuff, but San Dimas has a special place in my heart. And not just because it's the setting for one of my all-time favorite movies, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but also because I actually really like this town. It's a great town. It's a great place to put some roots down. And more importantly, Z Real Estate likes this town. So, Z Real Estate is looking for a corporate building. Headquarters for Z Real Estate, preferably on Bonita Street. It doesn't have to be there. But Z Real Estate desperately needs a corporate headquarters for property management and real estate. And we'd like to stay in San Dimas. So if anybody knows of anything good for sale in this city, something that would be suitable for Z Real Estate, and when I say suitable, I think you all know what Z Real Estate wants and needs. So, yeah, no fixers. Thank you kindly. All right, moving on. I'd like to highlight, instead of doing my usual, where I talk about all the listings I have, how they can benefit you, and how amazing they are, and what incredible deals we have. Okay, so this week, instead of doing that, I'd like to focus on just two. And from now on, by the way, we're going to do just one. Okay? So we're going to call it Z Real Estate's Deal of the Week. This week we got two of them. Both are standard sales. One is in Chino, California. Address 4216 Van Buren Street. Chino, California. 4-bed, 2-bath. 1,750 square feet. Wait for it. $454,900. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. For under $455,000, you can have this beautifully upgraded 1975 Chino home, 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,750 square foot home with a lot size of just shy of 7,300. It was listed about a week ago. So don't deliberate too long. I understand it's an important decision. You got to think about it, figure out how it fits with your family's goals and needs and wants for the upcoming years. But at this price, I'm sorry to say you won't really have a lot of time to think, unfortunately. So let me know on that. Don't worry, High Desert. I haven't forgotten about you. We're getting there right now. All right, another standard sale, Apple Valley, California. 14641 Gayhead Road. No, it's not a joke, and I did make up that street name. It is actually called Gayhead Road. 14641 Gayhead Road. This property was a piece of crap about 2 months ago. And my sellers, instead of doing the bare minimum, which you see nowadays, and when I say bare minimum, what I mean is lipstick and rouge. Most realtors know exactly what I mean by that. Little lipstick on a pig, which might go, do some amazing things when it comes to fooling some first-time home buyers, but I think everybody out there knows you can't really get top dollar by doing that. Anyway, I mention this because that is not what my sellers did. They clearly went above and beyond here, did everything imaginable, appliances, flooring, granite countertops, you name it, this house has got it. New sinks, new fixtures, new paint, and it truly does look amazing, folks. So if anybody out there is looking to live in Apple Valley, I promise you, you won't be disappointed by this one. Truly is an amazing property at a killer deal. And when I say killer deal, what I mean is you can't beat it with a stick. Okay, so this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,560 square foot home built in 1978, horse property on 1 acre of land. Current list price, $184,900. You heard it, folks. For those of you interested, call me now. I doubt this one will last long either. Okay. Moving on to something I briefly discussed in the last video, but there seems to be a lot of confusion out there. not just among my clients and the non-realtors, but more surprisingly, among the realtor community. Okay, so Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, sites like that. How do you guys think that listings get on those sites? Do you think that, let's say there's 5 public listing syndication sites? There's not. There's closer to about 95. But for all intents and purposes, let's just say there's 5. Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, Realtor.com, and say Movado. Okay? So let's focus on those 5. Now the question is, how do you think listings get on those sites? Many clients think realtors actually go on all those sites and put them on. That's what the public thinks. That the realtors do all this work and they go on each and every one of those sites. They upload the listings, they upload the pictures, they put in their descriptions, they put in their contact information, and they're doing their client a service by making sure that everybody can reach them, everybody knows the property's for sale. That's not true. And that's not the surprising part. Here's the surprising part. This is what realtors think. Oh, all you got to do is put it on the MLS. That's it. Most realtors know they don't put their properties on Zillow, nor do they put them on Redfin or Trulia or Realtor.com or Movado or Remax or C21 or any of those other sites. I think there's a common misconception among my fellow realtors that all you got to do is put it on the MLS. If you put it on the MLS, it will hit every public listing syndication site out there. Right? Right, realtors? Isn't that what everybody thinks? If it were only that simple, huh? Unfortunately, that is not true. If you don't do a little additional legwork on your end, you're doing a big disservice to your client. Okay, so last week we focused a little bit about, I did a video called Marginal Victory for the Zillow Group. Let me explain a little bit about what that means, okay? So for this lawsuit, back and forth between Zillow and Move. Move is a company that owns Listhub. Move is owned by News Corp, which works in partnership with, you guessed it, the National Association of Realtors. Now, if you look at Zillow and you go to any listing, pay attention. Look at the bottom of the listing. What does it say? Let me tell you what it says. It'll say, courtesy of John Zuckerman with Z Real Estate. Then after that, it will say source, Listhub. That's it, folks. That's where they all come from. Listhub, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, all of them out there, they all come from Listhub. Listhub is owned by Move. Move is owned by News Corp. And News Corp operates in conjunction and partnership with the National Association of Realtors. That's how they get the information from us, the realtors, the MLS. However, it doesn't happen automatically, realtors. This is very important. You need to have a Listhub account. Log into Listhub. Create the account. Put in your office MLS ID, your public ID, and then what will happen once you do that? It'll say, here's a list of our publishers, and it will show you approximately 84 different sites. Well, what sites could we possibly be talking about if we have already removed Zillow and Trulia and Redfin? Well, to give you a brief example, Century21.com, ColdwellBanker.com, Remax, Realty Executives, Zillow, Trulia, Homefinder, Homes.com, RealtyTrack, The Real Estate Book, Vast, Lake Home USA, Lands of America, Realty Store, Land and Farm, Land Watch, Foreclosure.com, AdWorks, All Acres, ApartmentHunterZ.com, Apartment List, BuzzBuzz Home, Chase My Home, BetterHomesAndGarden.com, CloseToHomes.com, Commercial Search, CondoCompare.com, eLookyLoo, eAppraisal, FindANewHouse.com by Obio, Find a Place for Me by Visual Tour, Find the Best Homes, Freedom Soft, Guidance Realty, Harmon Homes, Home to Me. These are just some of them, folks. I could go on, but I really don't think I got the memory in my camcorder to continue this. But the point is, there's 84. They all come from Listhub. And if you're a realtor and you don't have a Listhub account, get one now. If you're a client and your property is not on Zillow, it's probably because either there's a problem or a disconnection with your realtor's Listhub account, meaning the office ID didn't match, or your realtor doesn't have a Listhub account. So you really need to look into that and take care of it. All right? Again, thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, for another week's discussion of Z Real Estate, what it means, what it can do for you, most importantly, what Z can do for you. And again, any questions, I can always be reached on my cell, 909-559-5275. Instagram at Z Real Estate, Twitter at Johnny Z Banker, or my email address, zbanker@aol.com. Thanks again, everybody, and have an excellent week.